Hey guys, Daniel here. This is another new video, and in this video, I'll be reviewing the amazing new comic, The Crying Boy. It's a fantastic horror comic that I'm so excited to get into. And yeah, I wanted to review this for a while. I just yet to get the chance, but I'm here now. I'm going to talk about it. Images should be popping up courtesy of my good friend Luke. But these are images that I've kind of checked that are okay to share. But yeah, so The Crying Boy is an amazing new horror comic. It's actually written by Niall Orourke, who I'm good friends with. He's the writer of this, and the art is by Rob Moran, and Dave Lentz is the letterer. But it's a really great book. I was really lucky enough to receive a PDF from Niall. I'm so excited to get into what I loved. It's just such a really interesting, and it was only issue one, I believe. I'm not sure if they're doing any more. But it was a fantastic couple of issues, which I'll get into. Let me read you the synopsis here. But the crying boy, Nadia, and her son, and her young son, Samir, are immigrants from the Middle East. They moved to a small apartment in Queens, New York, following the death of her husband. Upon arrival, they find a painting of a sad, innocent boy adorning the dining room wall. Samir is drawn to the picture, and they decide to keep it. The painting is far from innocent, as it is the vessel of an ancient evil, a demon that wants to enter the human world by possessing Samir. Nadia must overcome depression and save her son from evil. What a brilliant introduction there. It's such a great book, and I'm so excited to get into it. I love this so much, and like horror wise, it's really fantastic because I know horror is very hard to do in books, but the thing I felt in The Crying Boys, there's just a feeling of uneasiness. Like you feel like something could go wrong any minute. It doesn't feel comfortable. It feels like something's going on, and you can like it's kind of like this underlying feeling of just evilness, and you can see that coming through in every book. And like the artist Rob Moran does a brilliant job, and the lettering on this book by Dave Lentz is just, it's gorgeous. He does a really great job, and he pulled that off just perfectly. But The Crying Boy, it's a really interesting comic how you can just feel like the underlying of evil. And The Crying Boy is actually a famous painting, I believe. But this was such an interesting take. And I don't know how you can write something this interesting. And I know that Niall Orourke was recently at New York Comic Con. But I think this is such a great book. And I'm so glad that there are Irish creators still putting out great stuff like this. So you should all go check it out. But yeah, like I said, it was just so interesting. Character wise, Nadia and Samir are two great characters. And I think Nadia, especially, you can see that she's just kind of put into it's like wrong place, wrong time. She's in this situation now, and there's no way to really get out of it. And her husband, Samir, passed away. And you can see that that's really interesting to me when you see like a character. And like, normally you see characters like when there's a character, they choose to go face this journey or they choose to do something, they have that moment. Nadia, on the other hand, is forced into this. She doesn't want this. And now her only goal is to really survive and save her son. And I think I'd love to see more, but you really see in this book, like I said, like the character work is fantastic. And there's just a feeling of like, like a feeling of like they bond a lot. Like Nadia and Samir, there's a really great dynamic between those two characters. You can see that they're just kind of scraping by and trying to do their best. And then when you throw in this other aspect, which is this evil demon, things kind of get all messed up. And I think like it really did feel like a film, like because everything it just moved into a new interesting scene each time. And I thought that was really interesting how you can see nothing really felt safe. And there was always that, like I said, that underlying, like even though a lot of it, like even some of it was talking, you still felt like okay, any moment now, something bad could happen to any of these characters. And, maybe something's going on right now, or are these characters going to be safe and stuff like that? And I thought that was just fantastic. And I'd love to get more. I don't know if they will be making more, but I truly hope they do. I know that there are some ideas that maybe some publishers are interested in, but I really hope we do get more because it's just such a fantastic concept. And like I said, characters are amazing. The creators did a fantastic job. Let me get into what I loved about each, of the creative team. First, Niall Orourke, the writer, like I said, he really understands his characters and he knows what they are. And you feel as if, like, from the second they're put in, he has a plan for them. Like, they don't feel like, and like they are constantly finding out more, but they all feel like they are the characters. Like they're not going through different things and not sounding different. They all feel like what they're supposed to be, which was really nice. And Rob Moran on art. Rob is fantastic artist. I can't believe I never heard of him before this. Like he has this sketchy style that works so brilliant. He's great at facial expressions because I think that's such a key part in horror comics. Like I've interviewed various people who said writing horror in comics is very difficult because a lot of it is sound, a lot of it is looks, a lot of it is how it feels, and like when you're doing something in a comic, you're kind of limited in some of those attributes. But like you wouldn't know it from this comic because the art by Rob Moran is just brilliant. Like I said, images should be popping up all over screen. Like just some pages were fantastic. And like I said, I love how not only does it deal with horror, but Nadia has to overcome depression. And like you see all these like really human aspects. Like these characters feel human. And I think that just makes it even better because you feel as if these humans have to overcome this, and these humans have to basically beat a demon. And like, they are humans, they struggle with human things like loss and grief, and she's going through depression and stuff like that. And that's so interesting to me. And I think he just did a fantastic job with that there. So I have to commend Niall on that. And of course, like I said, the art by Rob Moran really works together. They're a creative team. They're like a brilliant creative team, and I hope they do more, because I think that every time they do a book, it's just fantastic. It's just nonstop amazing. And see it, they did an amazing job there. And Dave Lentz on letters. Let me talk about Dave Lentz. Like I said, he was a name also I haven't heard of before, but like some of his letters are just fantastic. Like I said, the images popping up, you see it there, and like the sound effects on this, and its lettering is like nothing I've ever seen before. It's weird. He has just this really weird style to him that I think works. So I think he's a perfect horror letterer, and I'm sure he can do, like you see, like with his lettering, that he could also do something that's fun and joyous, like just in some with the characters talking. But like I said, like I think lettering is a very hard thing to do, and I think you have to appreciate your letterers, which is why Dave just did a fantastic job there, and I can't commend him on that enough. And his lettering, like I said, it's so good and it's so visceral, and the creative team really gelled well together. Like there's a certain synergy going on, which really comes through the page, which I love. But yeah, so if you've yet to go pick up Crying Boy, I would highly recommend it. Check under your bed after reading the book, though. That's what I've been doing the last couple of days. It's terrifying, but it's terrifying in a good way. But it's a fantastic book worked on by an amazing creative team. I can't say how much I appreciate it and how much I loved it. I'm so glad we're getting new comics. And like I said, in terms of comic books, I've never read anything like this, even just if it's just one issue. It's so good. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to go pick up this book. If I find anywhere you can go pick it up, I will make sure to put it in the description. Please make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me over on Twitter at SamboGizmo1. Go follow the creative team. That's Niall Orourke, Rob Moran, and Dave Lentz. And please make sure to like and subscribe. If possible, as always, please make sure to donate to the National Deaf Children's Society. If you have the means, it would be muchly appreciated. But if you don't, then that's no problem at all. Every little helps, as I'm sure you all know, even just a cent. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you on in the next video. Go pick up the Crying Boy. And if you ever pick up a painting, don't buy it. Just don't buy any more paintings, because they're probably evil, which is basically what I took from this comic. And also check under your bed and make sure you don't get possessed by a demon. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Stay safe. Bye.